is, I should just say for textual detectives, that this is my slightly adapted version of this. It just kind of condenses it a little bit. And it starts with one of the most famous lines in English literature, of course. Marley was dead, to begin with. There's no doubt whatever about that. The register of his burial was signed by the clergyman, the clerk, the undertaker, and the chief mourner, Scrooge. Scrooge signed it. And Scrooge's name was good in the city for anything he chose to put his hand to. Old Marley was dead. Dead as a doornail. Mind you, I don't know what there is particularly dead about a doornail. I might have been inclined myself to regard a coffin nail as the deadest piece of ironmongery in the trade. No, Marley was dead. Scrooge knew he was dead? Well, of course he did. How could it be otherwise? Scrooge and he were partners for I don't know how many years. Scrooge was his sole executor, his sole administrator, his sole friend, his sole mourner. Not that Scrooge was so dreadfully cut up by the sad event. He never even painted out old Marley's name. There it yet stood, years afterwards, above the warehouse door. Scrooge and Marley. Sometimes people new to the business called Scrooge Scrooge, and sometimes Marley. He answered to both names. Oh, but he was a tight-fisted hand at the grindstone, was Scrooge, a squeezing, wrenching, grasping, scraping, clutching, covetous old sinner, hard and sharp as flint, and as secret and self-contained and solitary as an oyster. Nobody ever stopped him in the street to say with gladsome looks, "My dear Scrooge, how are you? When will you come to see me?" No beggar ever implored him to bestow a trifle. No children asked him what it was, a clock. No man or woman ever once in all his life inquired the way to such and such a place of Scrooge. Even the blind men's dogs appeared to know him, and when they saw him coming on, would tug their owners into doorways and up alleys. But what did Scrooge care? It was the very thing he liked, to edge his way along the crowded paths of life, warning all human sympathy to keep its distance. It's a spectacular opening, and there's a lot more that I left out that is extraordinary about how Scrooge was bleaker than the winter. It's a kind of epic opening, that. And then he changes gear a little bit after that, and then slightly humanizes Scrooge till he's a recognizable kind of character, a miser. But this opening is like heroic and unforgettable to me.